My report includes several proposals for strengthening the role of the United Nations system in global governance and for improving the possibilities of the European Union and its member states to better achieve our foreign policy goals inside the system. The report paves the way for an annual process in which the Parliament can address the global challenges in a deep and comprehensive way. For me personally, the most important achievements in this report are the recommendations on the substantial strengthening of the economic, social, environmental and development dimensions of the UN system. According to the report, this must be done in the first instance by means of structural and functional reform of the Economic and Social Council. But we also call on the EU institutions and the member states to consider the possibility of strengthening their role in the ECOSOC by developing it into a Sustainable Development Council. My draft was more ambitious. I wanted to give Sustainable Development Council the same kind of status with the Security Council, dealing with all other areas of global cooperation but security. I proposed that the Council would have permanent members, the European Union, USA, Japan and the BRICS countries, and rotating ones. These ideas got a lot of support in the negotiations, but not enough in order to be accepted. This basic idea is not a new one. It was originally launched in the Rio conference in 1992. It was then watered down by establishing only the Commission on Sustainable Development under the ECOSOC. The German Chancellor Angela Merkel proposed in a speech to the World Economic Council in Davos in 2009 the creation of a UN Economic Council according to the model of the UN Security Council. I have in mind a council with a wider mandate covering all economic, social, environmental and human development in the world. Mr. President, when Barack Obama started his term as the President of the United States with Hillary Clinton as his Foreign Secretary, he introduced the idea of 3 Ds in the US foreign and security policy. Development was lifted to an equal footing with defence and diplomacy. Now we should do the same in the European Union. In the negotiations on my EU-UN report, I felt that those who emphasise the importance of security dimension of the United Nations were reluctant to strengthen the other parts of the UN system. I even heard the argument that they do not belong to the area of foreign policy, even if they have a prominent position in the foreign and security policy goals section in the EU treaty. And still, development has more and more central role in strengthening security all over the world. In AFET, the report is going to be drafted on the global security strategy of the EU. I think that we should pay a lot of attention to development issues also in that report. In the case of the EU, the defence pillar cannot have a dominant role. We have to rely more on diplomacy and development. Thank you, Mr. President.